Hey guys and gals, Trainer Jack back here. Taking your homework into consideration of how you got here, I feel like the number one answer that I get from most people is, Jack, I'm just too busy. I've got way too much going on in my life, whether it's school, whether it's work. If you're traveling for work, feel like you can't work out while you're away. If you got a family at home, if your friends are doing something all the time and you feel like you need to be there, because of course you want to be social. And like I said in the last video is, I want to give you a lifestyle that fits in with everything else. A lifestyle of fitness and great eating habits that fits in with the rest of your life. So since busyness is a problem, eating out of convenience is another thing that comes into the picture. And this is probably another reason why you all are taking this course. I know that the friends that I have, once they got out of college, they were like, oh, well, we don't really want to learn how to cook. And so I asked them out of curiosity, being a trainer, and they know I'm a fitness guy. So they tell me, well, I feel like noodles are really easy to make, or pasta is really easy to make, or I eat a ton of sandwiches, or I'm doing cold sugary cereal for breakfast, or donuts, or a lot of drive-through stuff. And this is where everybody falls apart. This is where there's a huge misconception. A lot of people think, well, my metabolism just completely dropped off the face of the universe. And that's not the case. You changed your eating habits, and they finally caught up with you. Or you're eating more because you are sitting around doing nothing more. If you're at work, or if you're traveling for work, social events are gathered around eating and drinking. So what are you going to be doing while you're working? People are going to bring in bagels. People are going to bring in donuts. People are going to bring in burritos or pizza or whatever it is to your workplace. Or if you're traveling, you're going to be eating out all the time. And that can become an enemy, and that can become a huge temptation, because even if you aren't hungry, you feel like, well, the food's here, so I'm kind of encouraged to eat. Or if you're a drive-through person and you don't want to cook, you feel like, oh, well, I can go through a drive-through and that'll save me some money on meals and that'll save me a lot of time. Most of the stuff you're eating, and I'm sure you're hungry when you get there, is starchy, is sugary, is loaded with bad carbohydrates and fats. And it's not food that's relatively good for you compared to other quick and easy things that you could be making. And I know that convenience is a big part of your life, and you don't want to take the time to cook, and you don't want to take the time to exercise. And by the time you get home from the office, by the time you get home from class or home from work, or if you've spent all day at home with the kids or working from home there, you've got a lot of distraction. You've got a lot of time taken up by the task that you're doing. And by the time you get to the end of the day, you're just like, oh my gosh, I've been moving around so much. I just want to kick my feet up and pop in a microwave meal, or order a pizza, or do something that's really simple. And I want to give you ways that you can implement into your lifestyle that can keep eating simple there and present, but make it healthier by using things like crock pots, by batch prepping things at the beginning of the week and just stashing them in Tupperware. I use Tupperware all the time. It's fantastic for keeping a ton of meat, a ton of vegetables around. You make things taste great by doing simple things like going to the grocery store, picking up seasonings that you like or that sound good. Some staple ones that I use, I love garlic powder, garlic salt, fantastic on just about anything you could possibly imagine. Chili powder. Chili powder just adds a lot of great flavor to if I'm making like a soup, or if I've got beans, or I'll even add that to a lot of my meats. Let's see what else. Sea salt is something that I use all the time. Curry powder is great, and you can get it just about anywhere. Crushed black pepper or peppercorn is fantastic on everything, especially if you want to give it a little bit of a kick. Other than seasonings, I love using sriracha on things, like especially if you're a spicy person, that's going to pack a lot of flavor in there. Different kinds of salsas I use on my meats, I use on my salads, I use with my vegetables. It just give it a whole ton of flavor, and these are things that I want to give you so that you can make eating taste great and still be convenient without having to run through a drive-through or when you're exhausted at the end of the day. And referring to exercise, I want to reacclimate your body to fitness in a different way. If you're already exercising now, and be exercising in a way that you might not be used to. I really believe in high intensity bursts of exercise are the best way to do it. If you think to athletes, if you think to sprinters, if you think to swimmers, if you think and see them, they all have these lean builds, or they're all really toned and really cut. Whereas if you're looking at endurance athletes like, cyclists, or if you're looking at long distance swimmers, not so much as like long distance runners are, so they're all really lean. They don't really have a lot of muscle tone or character to their body. You don't really see those defined lines in their arms, their chest, and their legs, and their abs like you would with sprint athletes, with explosive athletes. And the great thing that this is going to do for you as far as exercise go is it is going to minimize the total amount of exercise you have to take. So you're like, whoa, well, Jack, I'm already saving time. I'm not even having to go to the gym, and I'm working out for a shorter period of time. This sounds too good to be true. And the thing is, it's not. I've been doing high-intense bursts of exercise now and cycling those in and out of my lifestyle for 3 years and testing different protocols. And I keep finding a leaner version of myself the more I keep refining the formula each month, each year, each different program that I'm designing for myself. So yes, it is true, and yes, it can't be done. And I told you earlier, like, I am not any kind of genetic phenom. I feel like I got a ton of friends out there. They don't work out a day in their life, and they eat cheeseburgers and fries every day, and they have six packs. And I'm thinking, I don't know how you do that. I was like, you're treating yourself horrible. You're not eating the right things. You're not exercising. You've got that kind of stomach. Like, what the heck? Why can't I do something like that? And the thing is, I can. And I've just had to refine my formula for what my body takes the best, for what my body digests the best, for the kind of exercise that my body responds to the best. And it's not the long-term hour and a half, couple hours of going to the gym and lifting heavy weight like the big guys in there. Seriously, you can do so much with as little as 5 to 10 minutes of explosive activity, and at most of 20 to 30, and taking rest bouts in there and manipulating your heart rate so that you can maximize fat burn, so that you can maximize energy, so that you can maximize caloric burn, and you can create that lean body that you want. More on those exercises to come, more on eating to come. If you're more interested in all this stuff, check me out at trainerjack.com. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.